Good evening and welcome to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly show. And as always, with my esteemed panelists, Hot Fuzz 44 and Anthony Herbert. How are the pair of you doing?
Doing all
I'm,
right. A
yeah,
lot
I'm
of
not too bad, too.
Well, you
yeah, a
should
lot
be quite happy, Mr. Herbert.
Well, yeah, I'm just tired and knackered and that, and well, that's it. It's work. It's what work does for you.
Oh, not the win yesterday then. That must be fair
Oh, the
enough.
win,
no,
the
that was
win.
work.
Oh, that was work. That was blimey, bloody hell. That was squeaky bum time. That
Yeah,
was.
most definitely. Good evening to the disabled team. Hope you're keeping well, everyone. He's saying. I hope you're well yourself. Thanks for coming on board again, and thanks for coming on early on the Spotlight show as well. Yeah, must to start off with you guys, isn't it? Yeah, it wasn't a bad result, was it? Not exactly the greatest game,
No, it
but
wasn't exactly the greatest thing. No, but it was. I just felt like obviously Trossard. That pass for Odegaard for Trossard to score. Good pass, good goal, by the way. And I'm glad that he selected Trossard, but I don't know why he took him off. I would have left him on there. Not only did he just get the goal, but he had a good game. I felt Declan Rice was, to me, I thought Declan Rice was fantastic. He was literally. I wanted to see after the game, like you can get they bring up one of those heat maps, don't they? But I
mm,
just wanted one of those heat maps of just Declan Rice alone. That was it, because that guy was literally everywhere on that pitch yesterday, and he was fantastic. I got to give credit where credit's due. I'll give it to Rhea. Obviously, six even the penalties, so he did good. But for me, I think. To me, Declan Rice was man of the match for me. In other words, I don't know if anybody agrees with that, but it was really good. The draw for the Champions League, I hear it is Friday. This
okay.
Friday the draw, but I'm not too sure on what time the draw is. I would like to avoid Man City and Real Madrid. I'll be honest with you. Bayern Munich maybe, but they're not doing so great at the minute, are they? Bayern
No.
Munich, but even though the final, the Champions League is at Wembley, I think it'd be nice if it was a good English final, Arsenal versus Man City. That to me that'd be a fantastic final.
That would be good. No, well, just like with us, really, with maybe a Liverpool encounter. You never know
Yeah,
in Europa as well. And good evening to you, Happy Hammerette. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you on here as well. And two other guys, as you know. So, Fuzzy, not bad. Got a result.
Yeah, but similar story with Anthony's game and his midweek, his team's midweek performance. Performance weren't that great, but if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. 2 penalties, 2 goals, and I mean you can't really have too many complaints, especially when you get 3 points at the end of the day. We know that it's not going to be convincing. Arsenal City sounds like a ball fest to me. Yeah. Unless it's a category on a certain orange and black site, trust me. If it's on a football pitch, probably going to be a bit of a dull affair. But
Yeah, absolutely.
either ways, I mean, a bit like Man United and Everton, to be fair, a bit of a dull affair. It's not really much to write home about. I think again, sort of split half and half with performances. Half of the team looked like they were up for it. The other half probably wish they were anywhere else but there. And one of the 2 out of the players that weren't performing were the ones that ended up getting both of the penalty goals, with both Bruno and Marcus Rashford. Funnily enough, the execution of their penalties was pretty good. Aside from that, the execution, everything else, nah.
Yeah. No good. Good evening, James Lamper. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you in here as well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously saying hello to them guys as well. Yeah, I mean, obviously, West Ham. Definitely a game of 2 halves.
spill the beans. You know you want to.
I mean, the first half, Jesus Christ Almighty. I mean, don't get me wrong. His goal was good. There's no two ways about it. But when you get a team come to your home ground and they haven't scored by all accounts in the last they haven't won in the last kind of 5. And of course, up they rock to the London Stadium, and as always, we capitulated into the West Ham of old. And hey, go on, here's the goal. Float your boat, smack it in the back of the net, no problems at all. And then of course Mavropanos getting the own goal by all accounts as well, 2-0. And okay, we came back in the second half, but Jesus Christ, I mean, not good. So hence why you can see I'm on the ugly side on the thumbnail. I mean, I don't know.
Back to its rightful place.
That's really wonderful. Yeah. Oh, Fuzzy! I tell you what, I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna listen to Fuzzy all night. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, what we need to hire a witch doctor or something that's like great with instilling fates upon people. If we just instill the worst fate on Arsenal, just for the sake of seeing Anthony sit anywhere other than good, I think that's something we can have the gentleman's agreement, me and you, Tony.
Yes, this is very true. This is very true.
I can't help how my team's performing, because I seriously, I can't. It is remarkable. It is definitely remarkable, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it well. But may long it continue. Just the process. That I don't know what that process is, but
tell me how good does it feel?
No, it's true. I mean, as James is saying here, Porto had Arsenal in their pockets for 120 minutes, and lucky Russian roulette in the end. Do you agree on that, Anthony?
Sorry, what was that? Porto had Arsenal in their pockets for 120 minutes, unlucky Russian roulette in the end. Do you know what? There was spells where Arsenal were playing good football, and they just took their foot off the accelerator, basically. But with Porto, I mean, they played really well. And Pepe, you got to give that guy some credit. What is he, 40? What?
41. Yeah, 41.
Yeah. Bloody hell, you got to give him some credit. And playing in the Champions League at that age, that's remarkable. But trouble is, though, I noticed he was a little bit. When you get older, obviously, you get slower, but you still got your football knowledge, your football brain.
Yeah.
And that was the key for Porto. In the first game and in the last game. But obviously, I got to bring up the penalty shootout. Obviously it was a great penalty shootout, and obviously because we won and went through. But I mean, when you look back over the last lot of Champions Leagues, when it came to a first penalty shootout of the season, obviously in the Champions League, that game, that team who done that actually went on in the final. I think they may have won it. So, fingers crossed. But personally, playing in the Champions League compared to the Premier League, it's two different things. So at the minute, we're doing really well in the Premier League, but we're not. We're sort of there roughly in the Champions League. But I said we'll get to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And that was I predicted that from the start of the season. And anything if we win and go into the semis and the final, to me, that's a bonus. So, I'm happy for how long we got. To the stage we've got in the Champions League, basically.
Well, you definitely got the rub of the green at the moment, haven't you? It's going your way.
Yeah.
Hence why, if you look at your thumb there, your eyebrows are a little bit darker for this one. A little bit more darker.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. You'd be surprised, what Just for Men actually does take. But
I mean, James is saying Pepe man of the match.
Yeah, I mean, you can give it to him. Yeah, on that one. I mean, obviously, in my opinion, Declan Rice was our man of the match on the Arsenal team, of course. But that's what I'm going to say. But yeah, it was good. You'd be shocked at this. One of our star players, Saka, I thought was really poor in that match.
Yeah, I've read the reports. He wasn't exactly great.
Yeah.
Is it a sign of things to come? He's are we seeing more of a trend in this with him as this season goes on?
Rashford syndrome.
I think it is, but the trouble is though, we got I think you've got FA Cup this weekend, haven't you? And then it goes into the internationals and that. But now, because our game against Chelsea in the league is now postponed, Arsenal hasn't got a game now for 3 weeks.
Oof.
So, I mean, they had to run themselves ragged. They had to in that game. And I said to them, well, I didn't say to them, but I just thought to myself, they'll have to, because you got a 3 weeks rest after this game against Porto. So it was all or nothing, basically.
Does Man City and Liverpool still play though? Well, you got this 3 week break, or is everyone?
I think they have. I mean, you got Liverpool and Man United this weekend in the FA Cup, and Man City's got Newcastle this weekend in the FA Cup. And I think there might be a Premier League. Then it goes into internationals. Then there is a Premier League match. But that week, the Premier League games are back in playing. We were supposed to play Chelsea, but it got postponed.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So it still keeps you possibly top.
It still keeps us possibly top. I mean, if Man City and Liverpool both win, I mean, we dip down to third. But in all fairness, we'll be something like a point behind them with a game in hand. So, do you know what I mean? But I feel better. Trouble is though, it's nice being top, but if you're top and then you sort of slack off, do you know what I mean? Like last season, we sort of bottled it. So I think if we're like second or third with a point in it, with a game in hand, I feel that Arsenal would be more at ease because they know they've got a challenge for something to keep. I think if we were top, I think we might be bottling it by by next week sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? If we're still top of the league. So I prefer Arsenal when they're challenging, and they're in content with the league. I find they play better football.
Interesting, because I was just seeing a comment on there that James is going to put up in a minute, and I heard something on the news about this as well. There's always your manager, always trying to be bigger than what he thinks he is. By this comment here, Porto coach said Arteta should shut his mouth off and disrespected him, hence the kerfuffle at the end of the game. Supposed to be disrespect to the family or something?
Do you know, I don't know. I know there was basically, I mean, Mikel Arteta got a booking, a yellow card. That was due for sarcasm because of a tackle, and you've seen Arteta do this, which obviously indicates I don't know why he done that, but he got the booking for it. The Porto manager also got a yellow card, but that was his attitude on the touchline. They won't having a go at each other then. That was because that was their own stupid faults. There was something that I believe that there was something that was said, but when I was watching it on TNT Sports, it quickly went to something else. So they were starting to show highlights of the game. So we saw less of what was happening between both managers, from what I saw. But maybe I'll have to watch it on something like on YouTube or something like that and see what it really was all about, because I didn't really want to talk about it in case I'm wrong and people are correcting me in the comments. So it's something that I'll have to watch back and get my own views on.
I mean, Happy Hammer saying I missed all of it. Was in the air till 11, but it doesn't surprise me that Arteta, the man-child, threw his toys out of the pram again. And apparently,
I think he did. I think he is very immature. And if you're a decent player and you play for a good club, or obviously let's say Arsenal, for instance, if he doesn't like you, he doesn't play you. But I find if I was a manager and I didn't like a player, me and him didn't get on, but he was actually producing the goods on the pitch, I'm sorry, but I'm still going to play him because he's playing for the team. That's a valuable team member. I mean, you look years ago, Blackburn Rovers, when Kenny Dalglish was in charge of them. Do you remember that goalkeeper, Bobby Mims?
Yeah.
They fought like cat and dog. But I tell you something now, Kenny Dalglish still picked him because he was the best goalkeeper at that club at that time. So he still played him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true. Sable Sims also saying Arteta showed no class during the penalty shootouts either.
Arteta showed no class in the penalty shootout. No. I don't think he did. I mean, it's down to him. I don't know why. I don't know whether it was nerves or that feeling that we probably would go out on penalties. Maybe. There was a video I watched actually earlier today when it went into the penalty shootouts. And Thierry Henry was watching it in the upper stands, and he couldn't watch the penalties. He said, "But I can't watch anymore." He got up out his seat and walks away. And Michael Richards is there going, "Yeah, you scored, and all this and that." And he walked out, and then he ran back in, and he started cheering. It's like, bloody hell, Henry, what are you doing, mate? But yeah, I saw that video today.
It's the adrenaline rush, I'm telling you. He's never been this far in Champions League ever.
No.
to new heights. He's progressed. Yeah. It's progression.
It's progression. I'm happy where we got, knowing that we haven't been in there for a certain amount of years playing in the Champions League. Yeah. So getting to the quarterfinals, to me, is just an achievement on its own. I mean, with the squad we've got, I mean, it's a very thin squad anyway. But the subs, I thought, Havertz wasn't that great. So I would have took Havertz off for Jesus, and then I most probably would have taken one of the guys off in the midfield, maybe Jorginho, took him off, and then brought on Partey. That was what me and Jez were saying on the watch along last night. But then again, it totally went different. Obviously, Jesus came off for Jorginho, and then Kivior came off for Sichenko. So it was totally different. And I sort of cringed when I saw Sichenko come on. Even Eddie Nketiah came on this sub. And that was even more of a bloody cringe. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, blimey, what's he doing? And yeah, I mean, if nobody hadn't watched the watch long, watch it. There was that time when the subs was made. I mean, Jez was the funniest one. You know what Jez is like. He calls it the way he sees it, and fair play to him. And I totally agree. I agreed with what Jez was saying, sort of thing. But the main thing is, we got the job done, we got the win, and we're into the quarterfinals.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Big up AFC always, saying Tony Anthony Hotfuzz, big up. It's interesting. So it's now 2-3. Ooh.
Correction, 3-3.
3-3 now. Ooh.
Supposedly, yeah.
Oh, wow.
From 3-0 up at half-time, Luton have blown a 3-0 lead in, less than 20 minutes?
Wow.
Oh, Fuzzy, please tell me, has Solanke scored in that game?
Well, apparently Miss Hammer
said 3-1, yeah.
Yeah, she's already said it because she said it's already upset her FPL.
Oh, brilliant. FPL. Well, it is. My missus, her cousin, we were in a fancy football league, and we're like this. We're both like this. And I tell you what, I got to be honest with you. Nice guy and all that, but I am going to say it now. I just want to finish above the prick and shut him up. Do you know what I mean?
I get that. Evening, Abs. I hope you're keeping well, mate. Football Bants channel. Guys, if you haven't already, just make sure you have a look over to his channel as well if you can. Share love and give him a subscribe if you can. Great guy, and also it's good to see him on the show as well. I'd like to watch Arsenal at Wembley for the Champions League final. It would be so hard to get a hold of a ticket. Yeah, you imagine that. Yeah. That's going to be the hardest part.
I'll tell you what, the fan allocation for tickets is going to be really low. You know how it is with Champions League finals. They'll literally fill out more executives and billionaires who don't support either of the clubs.
It'd be over £1,000 a ticket if you get to that final. It'd be way over £1,000.
Wow.
At least you don't have to pay thousands of pounds to take yourself all the way over to somewhere like Baku. To then be sat about 500 miles away from the pitch.
Pair of binoculars.
Yeah.
She's saying, for fuck's sake, 3-3 now. Poor Luton. Big up to Lee Stay from TV. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you on here. Yeah. Keeping well. Yeah, I mean, I was on a show last night. It's quite interesting to hear some of the comments you're saying about like tickets. And it was saying at the London Stadium that we're seeing less attendance, and it was interesting to see that most the comment was made that Sullivan, shall we say, is making it more of a kind of venue for the tourist. So most of the seats, even though they're empty, they're already kind of bought and paid for as it is. Because as you said, the billionaires and stuff like that. So it's quite an interesting comment. If it is the case,
I don't think you're doing that bad.
We're not doing that bad. I think again, it's a case of you've got to think we've got an owner in charge that basically it's all you might say in certain respects it's all about him. Everything goes through him.
Yeah.
Even though we've got a board, you got to look at the fact that we've got Kwiecinski there, Daniel Kwiecinski, but he's just a shareholder. He can't buy the club because obviously he owns Sparta Prague.
Yeah.
So of course he's limited in what he can do. He can. I think if you look at it, the Stetson thing, the Tim Stetson that we've got is all through him. I don't think it's they're saying it's through Sullivan itself.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that everything has got to pass through Sullivan.
Yeah.
So it's not good, isn't it?
I mean, you've got money there. I mean, you said it on show. I think it was on this. I think you were was it the 8th richest club in the Premier League?
6 with the owners with the 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And he means business when he has his cap turned around. Reminds of Stallone in that arm wrestling contest Over the Top.
Yeah. Over the Top. Oh yeah, the film. Yeah, when he beats that. Yeah.
Football Dad's Army. How you doing, Lee? Keeping well, mate. Good to see you in here as well. Good show you did the other day. And Happy Herbert saying we go one down early on tomorrow's. It's going to be the worst kind of toxic up there. Yeah, totally agree on that because I think again the jury's still out on Moyes. So this will be the turning point. I mean, the contract apparently is on the table, but it's one of those. It's either going forwards or backwards, and it all depends on the results, which, as you know, are not going great for us at the moment. And Happy Emirates says Kwiecinski isn't interested in buying any more West Ham anyway. He says his fingers in so many pies as an investor. That's the problem. That is the biggest problem. Plus the fact to say because he owns Sparta Prague, he can't do. I think UEFA or FIFA won't allow that anyway. But yeah, tomorrow's game is. We've got no choice. We've got to go for it. We can't do nothing else than that, really. Big up to Jeff, Bowling Lounge. How are you keeping well, mate?
What are you saying? You 1-0 down?
Yeah, 1-0 down. 1-0 down at the moment.
And you're at home?
Yeah. We're home tomorrow. Yeah.
Home tomorrow. Well, you look at it, 1-0 is not really nothing because you've got 490 minutes ahead of you. And also you've got home advantage. And are you injury free as well? Like to a certain, you got your main players back at least, most of them, haven't you? So
yeah, I think we're virtually injury free now. I mean, I'd say the turning point for us is obviously what do you call it? Having Paqueta back. That's a big difference in itself.
That's right, yeah.
Having a talisman, as they said, etc. So I'll just catch up on these chat first of all. We'll carry on with that. Bad feeling Arsenal will get Man City in the quarterfinals.
Cool.
Thanks for joining me last night, Tony. No, it's a pleasure, Jeff, and hopefully, first of many, mate. First of many. And he's also saying that West Ham will turn that around. I'm sure they will. Yeah, so this is a disabled team, so they will turn that around. I think we will get an early goal.
Who would you want, if I may ask, who would you prefer to have in the next stage of Champions League? If you had to pick a big team, which one would you prefer essentially to go up against?
Do you know what? If it's a big team for us, I got a choice of two. It'll either be.
Cheers, Jeff.
I would see Bayern Munich, but even though they've haunted us in the past, beating us 5-1, but their team is totally different now till then. So Bayern Munich may be one of them, and also I don't know. I think PSG. I think we'd be up against PSG. So I mean, I just want to avoid Inter Milan mainly. I know they got Barca there, but I mean they're not doing too bad at the minute. But yeah, I just want to avoid the Real Madrid, and the Man City, because to me in Wembley, it's like what I was just saying a minute ago. I would love it to be an all English final in Wembley. To me that'd be fantastic.
Should be good.
And I'm saving up secretly if I can get myself a ticket as well. I haven't told the missus yet, but she might not like it. But I didn't really care because
Oh, I mean,
football came
It's
before her.
it's
I've always
essentially a
said
home
it.
game. It's essentially a home game if it is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
true.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we've lost Emerson, which is a huge loss, as she says there.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, she says here because James asked, "Is there any news on Emerson?" And apparently, there's 75% he's out for tomorrow. Didn't look good to see him on a hospital bed with a oxygen mask on.
Yeah.
Didn't look really good at all in there. And of course, having Calvin Phillips in, which is a bit of a mystery in itself on that one. As you always say, Luton and Bournemouth have scored more goals than Man United.
They have.
Wow. And look at where we are in the table. How the fuck is that happening?
Yeah, I know. Big up, Jez. Good to see you,
Big up,
mate.
Jez.
Fuzzy has burgled Kenny's house again. Yep.
Yeah, he's burgled it. Big up, Jez. I did say
You're very
before the start of the show, I fell asleep. So apologies that I went on your show earlier at 6 o'clock. You say that'll be all right, Anthony, you prick. That's what you say.
Yeah, Kenny's not very good at hiding the key to the front door. Keep finding it.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, whoever owns that, they're bloody rich. Because if you, Kenny, and a few others I've seen are renting that place, like, Jesus.
Well, maybe because there's so many people who occupy it, we all chip in. There's so many different people that chip in. It actually accumulates to a big, big payout or coverage on the bills and all.
Sure, we're good.
Still,
Before I go back to James's comment here, I would just say to Jeff, he's going there. Got runners, got company. Have a great show, guys. Catch up with you soon. Cheers, Jeff. Thanks, mate. And just saying hello to you in a nice way as always.
And yeah, I knew you'd do that. Big up, Jez.
James saying, I wonder if Moyes will use any of the frozen out players tomorrow. We're short on squad depth as usual. Yeah, just like you, Anthony. West Ham, and we are short.
Yeah, we're short. We got a thin squad at the minute. I mean.
Yeah, but you're lucky. You still got wingers. I mean, we sold our two left ones.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, fortunately, one of them didn't play great last night, and I said that was Saka. But in all fairness, I know he scored the penalty in the penalty shootout, but he didn't really redeem himself within the 90 minutes and the extra time. I mean, why not? I mean, he could. I know everybody. You've seen the players. The cramp was getting into their legs. They were there massaging their legs, the physios and all this and that. On both, players on both teams. But I feel that now we've got a break. It's like, look, lads, let's really go for it. Let's dig in, get the win, get in, get out. And in all fairness, Arsenal should have done that within the 90 minutes. I have not said anything, Finn. Well, I missed the part of the game. The goal that we scored, the second goal, I don't know why that got disallowed. I think there was I don't know if there was a tug on the shirt or something like that, or maybe, I don't know, but I thought that was a little bit harsh. I'm not saying that and being biased because it's my own team. I'm not saying that at all, but I just felt that goal should have stood. That's all I'm going to say. That's my opinion and my views on that sort of thing.
I'm going to do a Wenger, mate, and I did not see it, so I can't comment. I'm sorry to say, mate.
You forgot. If you was Wenger, you forgot to do that at the beginning of the sentence.
Oh, let me just try and do my jacket up at the same time, though.
Hand in the pocket.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, Lee saying here, Football Dad's Army, my pal's West Ham, and he's so disgruntled with Moyes, he doesn't look forward to going at the moment home and away season ticket holders. So that's why, if you look at it, that's one of many, and that's why the London Stadium's not filling up like it should be. So things like that, basically. James Ings surely doesn't have a chance. Moyes drops sub players after a decent game. Yeah, it's true. It is true because I mean Ings, didn't have a bad game on Sunday, even though he came on for the short period of time he did. But one goal ruled out, and obviously the equaliser to give us our much needed point. But yes, not good at all. What you're saying, obviously, Dad's Army feeling this mutual about the season ticket. Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think we've had this conversation many a time, even with you, with your team. Man United get away with a bye because most of them come from Essex and East London anyway. Not.
Oh, they're all over the place. Team, Man United fans.
So
Barkley's for a shout for England call up tomorrow's. Yeah. I think Ross Barkley's doing all right, isn't he? Ain't too bad.
I
Where's
think he should.
got the call up as well? The Fridge is going to be in the squad.
I don't know. He should get called
Cheers,
up, but
Lee.
then again, I think that's another manager, Gareth Southgate. That's got his favourites. I personally think this is going to be his last campaign, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it is, because at the minute what he's been doing for England, I don't rate the guy, to be honest with you. I mean, you look at the players we've got there now. I mean, the attacking players at the minute. I mean, that is class just alone. That's quality. And we just can't deliver. I mean, the closest we came was to win the Euros when we lost the final against Italy on penalties.
Yeah.
So, but then again, it's like I said, I think it's Southgate's last campaign. I think you are going to see Southgate managing in the Premier League, and I personally think he's going to go to Man United. Yeah, I think he's going to go to Man United. Ten Hag is going to be gone, and Southgate will be the next Man United manager. And we'll hear all the Man United fans, we got Southgate, get the party poppers and all this and that. We'll be bored of it soon.
I'm shutting down my channel if Southgate becomes manager. I'm shutting it down. Screw that.
You can't do that.
Screw that.
There you go. And there's a channel going begging. You would have jumped.
Yeah.
You got the jump.
Yeah, I can sell you my channel if you want.
And
I'll get Forbes to give me an accurate valuation, probably somewhere about I don't know, 8 billion, enough for me to then go and buy Man United and actually sack Southgate and then hire a normal manager.
Who would you like? If Ten Hag got sacked, who would you like? Would it? I mean, people keep saying Zinedine Zidane, but I mean, would he be?
Don't want to come to this country.
No.
But I think there's probably one name that I think probably rings or sounds good in everyone's head right now. I think it's probably Nagelsmann. He's currently with Germany though, and I think he'd probably want to go through this this campaign or this tournament in the summer with Germany before he jumps ship to go manage a club. So if he is the option to go for, I mean, he says he would like to know what the future holds. So if a club is genuinely interested, let him know now so he can make the plans for it moving forward. So supposedly Nagelsmann is open to leaving Germany, but I think it's based off after the tournament. But then the timing, if you're getting a new...
Right there, Eddie. Fucking caught yourself on fire, ain't you?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a beat. It went pop and everything. The spit came out. It was like spitting it.
Yeah, I think with Nagelsmann, if it's a late appointment in the summer, that's not the most ideal if you're a new board trying to plan for a new manager, because it's almost just starting with his ideas late. So the timing, if Ten Hag is to leave, I think, not the most ideal. But I think with what the plan is or what the word is at the moment is, we will back you, but you staying in this job completely depends on you.
Yeah.
If your results aren't good enough between now and the end of the season, you will be gone. So Ten Hag knows, like, they're on to him. At least that he knows that, he has to make sure that he is good enough to warrant the right results between now and the end of the season. If not, then I think Ten Hag will be gone. And I suppose it's a bit of closure for the fans as well, because they know where the board sit on this situation with the manager. They know that it has to be good results between now and the end of the season. If not, then manager gone.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on something there, Fuzzy, about Germany. That I know he was the manager and he left, but what about what's his name? Is it Flick?
Hansi Flick.
Hansi Flick.
Yeah, the trophies he won for Bayern Munich. I mean, was it something like?
He took it's funny. He took a Barcelona loaned Coutinho, subbed him on, and in a Champions League semi-final against Barcelona, and slapped him up 8-2. That was during COVID times when they scrapped two-legged knockout stages.
Yeah,
they just went with the one legs, and Bayern was just like, yeah, no, we'll just slap them up. Hansi Flick was in the Bayern dugout at that point, and I remember he turned them into a mad, scary team, really
Yeah.
dominant, like Pep-esque in terms of how they played. But yeah, I think it's an idea. I don't know if that's what the board would look for, because I think at the moment the most sounded out name, probably most realistically tied to the job at the moment, is probably Nagelsmann. But again, it comes back down to the timing as to when you can get him in and what the manager Nagelsmann would want. But that's if we get to the point where we need to switch the manager. Maybe another name comes to the forefront we haven't studied up on yet.
You look at
Between
Happy
now and
Emirates,
the season.
which tells you,
Yeah.
his contract is up after the Euros, but
Yeah.
he also has German connections with Stettin.
Yeah.
So, of course, as she says, he wants the mighty hammers. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Okay.
if we're talking about that, then maybe if what's his face, Ashworth, serves garden leave until like sometime next year or something stupid like that, then maybe Southgate doesn't come in, or
Fingers
Potter
crossed for
doesn't
you.
come in.
Yeah.
You
He
know,
might
that,
get
it
his
might be
contract.
you never know. It might be the blessing in disguise.
Or De Zerbi, you never know. Or De Zerbi as well.
He might get a West Ham buzz. If Moyes is gone, they get Southgate.
Dear me, don't say
That's
that,
true.
mate. Don't
Manager
say that.
merry-go-round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, going back onto the England setup, and then she goes, "What's the odds that Mister I only pick on form picks Calvin Phillips to start?" Which is, you know, how that man works. And
Yeah.
is he still injured? Is
Who's
Slabhead
that?
still injured?
I don't. I think he should be back for this Liverpool game. I'm thinking, because I know that Mason Mount should be available. Hoyland's also available, supposedly. Yeah, there's. What are you laughing about?
Mason Mount.
Yeah, it's the first. It's the first time we've seen him alive and with a pulse. It's
Oh
amazing.
my God.
I'm still trying to figure out if Malassia's still alive, or if
Yeah.
his body's been chopped up and shipped off to some other country. I don't know, but at the end
Well,
of the day,
he's-
I think Maguire should be.
Mason Mount. Things are looking up at Man United then, team.
Maybe if we drop an out of form Bruno Fernandes, he probably still does a better job than Bruno at the moment. To be fair,
You got a moment.
that's where we are at the moment, though.
Oh,
See,
God.
as Lee saying, he's originally from popular East London. Know loads of West Ham fans are not happy, and this is the thing; it's very divided at the moment. At our club, it's not great there at the moment. So, and it comes to say, as always, it comes from the top.
Turnaround completed.
Definitely.
Okay.
Big up, Dave. How we doing? Old school gunner. So if you can, guys, don't forget as well. You've got on the Arsenal history and more. Old school gunner, and obviously Football Dad's Army. And that, if you haven't already, go over to see their channels and hit there and share and like with those guys as well.
Yeah. There's one thing, Tone, I do feel sorry for on Dave's channel, and that is that poor Gunnosaurus. Oh my God. You know where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Bournemouth Luton, great game, end to win. I'm finally seeing football the way it's supposed to be played. Yeah, exactly, James.
It's 4-3 now.
Who to?
Bournemouth.
Whew.
Turn it around.
Dear me. Oh, dear me. West Ham getting Tuchel.
I tell you what. That'd be good. If you got him, seriously, that'd be good.
But not Benitez. Yes, please. Well, I'm available.
He's up here.
I'm available.
Yeah, he's on the panel. He's right here.
Oh, Rafa. How much you got a year, Raf?
3 years.
3 years. What's that? 8 million a season?
Yeah, that'll do me. Beard money. That'll do me at all. The Manx can have the Messiah. Yeah, absolutely. You can have him back again. Luton bought it 4-3. Dave saying Ray the hero.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you have obligation to buy Raya, or is it just a kind of loan deal and that's it?
Well, it apparently is a loan deal which costs us 3 million, right? But is an option to buy at the end. So I did think I've seen somewhere. I think it's going to be around about another 27 million pounds to pay. So he's going to cost us a total fee of around about 30 million, which, in all fairness, is not bad. Obviously for what he's done in the Champions League. I'm just literally saying I am fed up of hearing about comparing our both goalkeepers, Ramsdale and Raya. Uh, I mean, look, I know Ramsdale. He made a mistake in the Brentford game.
Mm.
You know, obviously that. But look at that fine save he did towards the end. That 40-yard screamer from Ivan Toney, tipping it
Yeah,
over the bar. So he
yeah.
redeemed himself in that respect. But I don't know. I
Didn't you
mean,
pay? Didn't you? What did you pay for him? Was it 28 million for
well, Ramsdale.
Ramsdale?
Yeah, it was right. It was 30 million. We bought him off of Sheffield United, but I feel he reminds me of if he's in goal, Ramsdale, and the defenders are not performing in front of him, he's not afraid to say. I've seen it on matches where he's
Yeah.
had a go at defenders and all. To me, it reminds me of like when. Do you remember when Peter Schmeichel used to have a go at Steve Bruce all the time,
Oh, yeah.
and he'd be like, and then
Yeah.
yeah, but that's what that team needed with someone like that. With Rhea, I don't feel like I don't really see any communication. It's just I'll just pass it out, that sort of thing. And I just don't like playing from the back because to me, in certain games, depending on who you're playing against and what the opposition is like, it could be dangerous.
Mm.
And I really prefer if the goalkeeper just kick the ball up and kick it down the bloody pitch. I feel more safer in a keeper doing that than just pass it out from the back all the time.
Scary these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Happy Emirates saying we aren't happy. We're bored as fuck. Troy going to be beloved West Ham these days, and yeah, I can get that because especially if you've got a trek, you've got a journey to make to get there in the first place. I'm assuming you're near enough around the areas where Budgie is as well, Happy Emirate, or near to, because I mean I know he's for his journey he has to take. But you imagine that exactly the same thing. I mean, like Jez obviously has alluded to that trip he made to Arsenal with his grandson, but when you pay all that money to go and watch ball and football, what's the point? It's. I mean, that's the reason why. Like I said, when Pellegrini was in charge, I'd never even renewed my season ticket because of that. Was just that was poor, very poor. Even though he says, "Are we doing Rashford £80 million cash in?" Would you go with that?
Did you go that fast?
I mean, I would, just for the sake of saying. I mean, £80 million is not a small price tag, and I mean, it's probably an accurate fee for somebody of that profile. That's completely out of form. You don't sit there and see a player with some good ability playing absolutely terribly and think, you know what? Yeah, I'm definitely going to pay 200 million pounds for him. You're going to pay lesser. Man United, supposedly they would like 100 million pounds, but is a team willing to pay or risk 100 million pounds on a player that, yeah, of course he's got some ability to him, but you might not get a tune out of him because looking at how to form he is at the moment, you're signing him off the technicality of an if. Maybe he's good for us. Maybe he's not. So I think accepting a reasonable transfer fee is probably on the cards here. I know that Mason Greenwood supposedly Barcelona links about 30 to 40 million pounds for him.
Okay,
it's probably close to an agreement because Murta Madness was actually out in Barcelona, but also in Madrid as well. Probably talking about Mason Greenwood because I think that's a likely destination for Mason in the summer. That he's going to get a permanent move back out to a La Liga team. So yeah, I mean, I'm all right with that. Rashford to PSG for about 80 million. It's just more who else can you sell? I mean, Sancho's bound to go. in the summer as well. He scored a goal tonight, so
Yes, I see it. Yeah, I heard that.
An extra 50 million perhaps just for that goal alone. But yeah, I think there's an opportunity for this summer that you can actually sell quite a few players here and get fairly decent fees here. It's just as long as we get rid of most of what we desperately need to get rid of.
Yeah, because Ratcliffe want to get rid of 10. Is it 10 players?
Well, something like that. I think it's just hypotheticals in terms of like numbers. But for me, as long as there is a clear out, that's the minimum that needs to happen. Is a clear out, and I think the best way to actually doing that clear out is actually, funnily enough, is by keeping the current manager you have, and essentially then saying, well, based off of that, let's build the squad in your image. Let's build it with players that you can identify, that you can recognise as being players that you like to have in your squad. Because if we back you like this summer and you're not trying to implement the football you want to implement, that you haven't done for 2 years thus far, then we're going to have some problems. And you could end up, like Thomas Tuchel was for Chelsea, probably not the same types of disagreements, but you could end up getting sacked early in the season because, the directions don't match. So, yeah, there's all sorts of outcomes that could happen across the summer. It's going to be very tumultuous, very, very wavy, a lot of questionable decisions, a lot of, if, buts, maybes. I think it's one thing that some United fans are so desperately excited for it. Others really nervous because it's make or break. I think for Ineos in terms of proving themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though it's first summer, still make or break because you need to have a massive impact. And
absolutely, yeah. What you don't want is the Todd Bowley effect. That's for sure. That's for one.
All balls then. Bald is best.
I mean, if you look at aces here, Rafa is likened with Liverpool return. You imagine that one? That would be going backwards. Just like Sammy Emmerich said for here. I reckon we'll end up with either Carrick or Potter in charge.
I'll tell you one thing with Liverpool as well. It would be, I think the next managerial appointment will be based off of what they're returning Michael Edwards wants to say. So if Michael Edwards' first managerial appointment as the CEO of Liverpool is Rafa Benitez, I think there's a lot of people go, we'll see how it goes, but I'm not the most pleased, not best pleased with that.
Oh, yeah.
I actually subscribed to this guy yesterday. Is it Football Dad's Army?
Yeah, Lee.
Yeah, I subscribed to it because I think he had Steve on there.
He does have. Yeah, good guy. Question for you early. Backup keeper, McNightmare or Roberto? Oh, jeez.
Roberto.
Nah, I'd still go with McNightmare. I mean, at least
Adrian, of course.
Adrian was
yeah, take Adrian back.
I mean, Roberto. Well, yeah, but Roberto. I mean, I don't know what the hell was going through the club's mind when they signed that keeper. That was just. Oh, look at this one here. Look, James Lamprey. It's also a chore dragging my ass out of bed at 3 a.m. in the morning to watch West Ham, my beloved West Ham.
Oh, dearie me.
Not good. Oh, she's in Chelmsford. Okay, so only 30 minutes. So you got easier. Yeah. There's the medication, though. Copious amounts of alcohol. That's brilliant. Basil Brush, we would sign Anthony for 20 quid. And I think Man United would probably give that away and all.
They'll probably ask for £21.
Well, they Arsenal.
You have some wingers too. You have some wingers. Put them up beside him. Put them on the left.
I mean, there's the thing. You could probably try and plot to sell Anthony to Arsenal, given that he's one Brazilian and two Ed who likes to pay money to clubs for players that he could essentially sign for free.
It's not
And
happening
he's still
for us.
like, do you know what? For sympathy, well, I'd say for sympathy, but for extra sweeties, let's add another million or two on the free transfer fee. I've seen somewhere some United fan on Twitter has piped up saying, "What does Mikel Arteta have, or what does Ten Hag have over Mikel Arteta?" Well, no, it's the other way. What does Mikel Arteta have over Ten Hag except hair? I was like, why are we talking about this? One's practically on the verge of being sacked. The other one's in a Champions League quarter final. Is chasing down the Premier League title.
Yeah. Plus, they don't want to hear that. What you just said.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Very sensitive, I'd say.
What
does Anthony have over Tony except hair and a cap?
I can spin around just as much as what Anthony can. I've got no problems there at all.
Go on, Anthony. Show them how it's done. Show them the proper Anthony spin. Show them the Anthony spin with a H.
Let me get my fidget spinner out going on. Where does Ten Hag stop when washing his face? I wonder. She says.
When he uses head and shoulders.
Head and shoulders.
Uses it for dandruff, but he forgets he doesn't have that. He doesn't have dandruff.
Yeah, you use what I use in that. Wash and gone.
Yeah. What's the I seen something on I think it was on YouTube or something like that, and it was like managers when they were players, and it said had a picture of Jurgen Klopp in there. It said shit player, brilliant manager, right? Then it was like Mikel Arteta. It was like shit player, average manager. And then at Ten Hag at the top, it said shit player and shit manager. I think seriously, fun. I was going to take a screenshot and send it to you on your Insta.
Ten Hag washed his hair with a flannel.
Should probably wear a flannel to keep all that steam. Steam on the touchline.
Take it easy, Lee. Thanks for coming on, matey. Good seeing you. Take it easy, mate. Catch you next time. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, say, going by the manager standards and stuff like this. I mean, obviously, like, as you know, Arteta's found this since this Dubai trip. You've just found form.
Yeah, you've got 3 weeks off. Go back out to Dubai.
I think so. Yeah,
further cement that Potter.
Yeah,
I think they've blown all their money though, Fuzzy, and that they'll end up going Skegness now instead.
No, I mean,
a bit too thirsty at the meat restaurant now. He's banned from it.
I mean, you never know. Manchester United, they might play well if they get a trip to somewhere like I don't know, let's say Weston-super-Mare. It'd be have a bit of candy floss on the pier and all that. I tell you what, you'd be back to winning ways, Buzz.
9 minutes extra time, 4-3 still to Bournemouth. 9 minutes, Jesus. Yeah, and obviously Ten Hag and that, it's like you said, we use guys. I think it's just a case of, Ineos have got to definitely prove a point now, haven't they? Now they've got the control of the operation side of the football. It all comes down to that summer window. I mean, obviously, the big question you're going to have there, though, how much money they're going to give to him to spend.
Well, I actually read this. And I'll be honest with you, apparently they're on about giving Ten Hag in the region of 250 million to spend next season.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
250 million, I suppose. The question is if that's the amount to spend before or after sales. And I suppose if you're selling, if we're saying the players that we might end up selling, we could raise somewhere around 200 million.
Yeah.
Right. Realistically, we could. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we could end up with about 400 million to spend in one summer. I mean, if that's Ineos's budget for a summer, I don't think they can have too many complaints about assembling, most of which a new starting 11 with that. At least signing for about 7 or 8 new players do start in the starting 11 positions.
So what you're saying is, first, guess what? Things could be on the up if you do that and you get the money in to spend. But just remember one thing: it's for the greater good.
Great.
The grades are good. I'll tell you what Ace has put there. 10 not going back to Ajax.
Yeah,
If you get sacked, 10. I think Ajax would actually. I think they are interested potentially in offering something to Ten Hag in the summer.
I did hear a rumor about that as well, Fuzzy. I must admit.
If he does get sacked, that is.
Have an auction and sell the lot all crap. It's true.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, there's no two ways
Boom,
about
boom.
it. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. I mean, obviously for us, it was a poor. I mean, I think for all three of us, virtually, it was a poor January transfer window. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
No, that's because he's with us, isn't he? He's already with us.
Is he? Wow. Still, keep him down though. Stay in London.
Yeah, Liverpool officially sack Ten Hag on Sunday night.
We'll have to see.
Well, that's another
Could be a
team that's
shock.
going to struggle. That'd be another team that'll struggle next season. I think.
Oof,
Liverpool.
yeah.
I mean, without Klopp, Salah's leaving. He's actually come out and said that. So I think Salah be gone, and we know what Liverpool's like for without Salah. So they're going to have to buy a top quality player there to bring in and obviously replace him if they want to achieve anything. And I think if we go back to the last comment there, Tone, who was that to Man United?
Yeah, Southgate.
That's happening. That's 100%. It's on the cards, Buzz. Honestly.
Nah.
God, I tell you what, Buzz, you bonk it, mate. God, you got some muscles on you.
Nah, a bit of a stick insect, to be honest.
Oh,
Boris
When
Johnson.
I turn sideways, I disappear.
Boris Johnson for United manager. Replace one clown for another.
Christ almighty, Boris Johnson. If we do that, we can bloody hell, just send the whole club to Rwanda and that.
Go on, mate. I mean, this is the thing as well.
Sponsored by Sully Braverman.
You do a better job than Ten Hag does already.
He probably wouldn't know how many football players to put on the pitch. He'd
I
please, guys, tell me how many players are meant to start on the pitch.
No, but he's good. He's good at tackling, though.
Oh, definitely will. When he took that kid out.
Great slide tackle. Great slide tackle.
Zip line. Do the zip line thing. Give him a couple of flags to wave. Yay!
Yeah.
But keep him just suspended up on top of the Old Trafford pitch, so all the players might start kicking the ball up at him. Forget about playing competitive football for a second. Boris Johnson's just dangling up there. Let's kick the ball at him.
Kick the shit out of him, basically. I mean, Ace is saying if West Ham get eliminated tomorrow night, David Moyes P45. But I agree with Happy Amerit here. She's saying, obviously, just can't see it. Sullivan's been royally castrated and doesn't have the ball to do it this far into the season. And this is the thing, he'll stay with him. You know, if his contract's up like it's supposed to be come the end of this season, he doesn't have to pay out. Oh, Sullivan.
Fail.
Just let him go.
Sorry, it's just Jadon Sancho's picked up an injury.
Oh,
Had to be subbed off.
Superb.
In the mud.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, Daniel saying right after the Euros finished that the United Southgate announcement is going to be sweet. Oh.
Nah.
We all got to pull on Fuzzy's channel if it happens.
Oh, mate. Imagine.
What channel? What channel?
Yeah.
There won't be a channel to celebrate.
All you see is the beginning of the programme. It'll just be all the way through. All the way through.
Yeah.
Fuzz, like the final stream title is Fuzz was here. Put the channel start date put channel end date, just say rest in peace.
Wow.
No, you'll have that song on soon, but you get copyrighted. You know that one by Bolly Tyler? I need a hero. I need a hero. Here comes Frankie.
You see YouTube mobs coming in just like, hey, you can't do that here. Well, at least we'll let him go out in style. Serve him with the band hammer.
Yeah, as I was saying, obviously, Fridge Freezer Maguire will be absolutely delighted if Southgate gets the United job.
He'll be the only one that'll be happy.
Guaranteed
Well,
again.
I mean,
Oh, Dortmund 2-0 up.
Rashford and Luke Shaw. Tell you what, if Southgate comes in, most of those players don't get sold. Most of them don't. He'll literally sit there and say, "Yeah, I want all of these players. The ones that have been unacceptable are not good enough for the longest time. Yeah, you're all staying."
But as Daniel's saying here, look at the positives. You might be able to get Kane if you've got Southgate.
Depends if Bayern end up bottling every single trophy.
Well, they're doing a very good
Might
job of
look
it
at
at the
it.
moment. So you never know.
That, and we might end up getting a package deal. They might just deport Kane and Dyer both back to England. Turn up on Man United's sorry doorstep.
Oh, you imagine this one though, Anthony.
What's that? Phil James, new contract.
I don't even know if he's still at the club anymore. I think he's literally just ambassador at this point. I think he's like given up on football.
That's all. Southgate back. You probably he'll say, "I'll sign that new contract. I'll be there. I'll be there
Yeah,
for
they
you."
might as well. I mean, bloody hell, they got Johnny Evans there now. He's like 36, isn't he? He's drawing out his pension next week, I think. Yeah.
85
So, well, there you go. You've got Johnny Evans and Phil James. God, bloody hell. And Harry Maguire. Bloody hell. What quality centre backs?
You'll probably sell Martinez. You'll sell Rafael Varane. You'll probably who would he sign? Lascelles, maybe Jamal Lascelles.
Yeah.
He'll definitely sign Matty Longstaff. The worst of the two Longstaff brothers.
He'd be on there, Phil. Gareth Southgate, when he gets there, he'd be on the phone. Here, Brucey. Yeah. All your legs, like. By the way, have you still got your fucking boots or what? I'm looking for a centre back. We got
he'll rename Anthony and give him a H to his name.
Oh, yeah, you imagine
that. No. I'm not having that.
They'll give him a cap, preferably a black one. Wear it backwards, and give him some eyebrow highlighters. Get him to play like that.
There you go. Sign Pepe, 41.
There we go. Quality.
Nah, he's not Brexit enough.
Not Brexit enough.
He's got to control the borders, you know. With Manchester United control the borders of this country, one football player at a time.
And the immediately red light district.
More like red flag district. All of them warning signs. Oh dear.
So let's going to go on to the weekend now. On Saturday we've got the 12:30 kickoff, which is going to be Arsenal versus Chelsea.
Postponed.
Oh yeah, it is postponed. It's good to see it. Good to still say it.
My prediction for that game.
Let me just get my glasses on that little pill.
More like Wolves versus Coventry at 12:15.
Yeah, but I think that's it now. I think we should end this. Nice one, Tom. Yeah, you've killed the stream.
End the stream. End the stream, Tony.
Happy Emirates asking you, what would you think of Howe?
I wouldn't, personally.
I think he might be the next England manager.
I mean, it would be an idea because I mean he'd probably be out of the Newcastle job by the end of the season or after the end of the season himself. So he probably would be available. Wouldn't be surprised if England picked up the phone to him, asked him, what do you think of this proposition? It could happen.
Well, I think with England, I think it'd be between him, and I am going to put it out there. I think
Jose.
Jose Mourinho might get the job for England.
That'd be a good shout. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably that'd be straight. But I think how, like, do West. Yeah, I agree on that as well. I wouldn't mind. He would do a good job, old Howe. But fans are
West
still
Ham.
a bit divided on that as well. Say the rumor is Lopetegui, so that would be very interesting. But there is only a few games, as you said, being played on Saturday now. I can actually see better now. So you've got Burnley versus Brentford.
Burnley versus Brentford. You know what? I feel that I'm going to have to give it to Brentford, but I'll just edge it by a goal 2-1 because I don't think there'll be lots of goals in that game because from what I've seen, and you was on a stream with me, Tim, when I said it. I think since he come back from his ban, Ivan Toney, he hasn't been the man, and he's made it clear, obviously, that he wants to leave, but he's actually not doing himself any favors because that price tag that Brentford want for him, leave you and me, if he's going to play like this from now to the end of the season in the last 10 games, that price tag is not happening.
No, they'll come. Well, they're going to ask. Maybe they're hoping to keep hold of him, putting
Yeah,
the figure up high, but unless you come in with a player plus cash, probably the way I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give what 50 million for him plus Eddie Nketiah. That'd do me.
You're still trying to flog that dead horse, aren't you?
Well, if he didn't get it back, he'd definitely be a West Ham player next season. I reckon Eddie Nketiah. Just saying, you're crying out for strikers, mate.
Yeah, strikers.
Strikers, exactly. Eddie Nketiah, right up your street. 90 minutes. I tell you what, if he went and played for you, I guarantee you, Eddie Nketiah might at least score you average between 12 15 goals a season. Quality.
Be interested. As Herbert says, the most goals this week will be in that game. And then you've got apparently Luton versus Forest.
Luton versus Forest. Did Fuzzy give his result for the Brentford game?
Don't think I did, no. Burnley.
Oh, no, sorry, yeah. What was your score, mate?
2-1 Brentford.
Yeah, I think it's going to be I agree with you, Anthony, in that as well. I think it's going to be a bit of a close game. And I'll probably go with Fuzzy in that. They'll just nick it near the end. Burnley's obviously got a bit of hope now after what we've done. So we'll see in that, yeah. But it's at Luton's ground anyway, this game.
Sorry, it's Luton versus who?
Forest.
Luton versus
Luton
Forest.
for me.
You know what, Luke? I think it's going to be. Do you know what? I think it might be another repeat performance tonight between Bournemouth and Luton. But I'm going to go for a draw on this one. I'm going to go for a shocking 3-3. Seriously, 3-3 draw. Because I like Luton. They didn't go down without a fight. Obviously, they were 3-0 up, and obviously they've balls it up now. But I think they've got something there, Luton, and I think they got team spirit. I call it like the old Wimbledon years ago.
Yeah.
And I think that have they got enough in their lockers to survive this season? Maybe,
I hope so. I mean, as Happy Emirates says here, praying Luton stay up 3-2 to Luton. Yeah, it's there's goals in the game, isn't there? There's definitely there.
Yeah.
And yeah, same here. I'll go for that 3-2 as well. Luton. It's at home ground. You know how well they are. They play at home. They know how to play there, don't they? At the end of the day.
I bet he's watching this. He's going, two at the top. Yeah.
Pricks. Three pricks on my screen. Doubt the mighty
2-1. Exactly, yeah. Luton have so much grit. Always lose by one, it seems. Yeah, they did against Arsenal, didn't they, in that game?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Well, it's only the added time it helped you guys nick that.
Yeah, and I tell you what, ex-West Ham player scoring that goal in the last minute. Yeah, I actually read on there, David Moyes, when he said that when we signed Declan Rice for 100 million, apparently he said that was an absolute bargain because the actual real price of Declan Rice was going to be anywhere between 125 to 150. I read you lot wanted, but in the end, the 100 million was You know, I mean, you've done well out of it.
Oh yeah. Well, again, you're paying us on Klarna. You're not giving us it all in one lump, are you?
No, that's right.
Cheapskates. All that money you've got.
Oh well, that's good business on our behalf, team. I mean, we might give you 15 grand next month, but towards it, that'd be right.
50 grand. I'll get that one. And then the evening kickoff is the Fulham Spurs game.
Spurs. 3-1 Spurs, I think.
I think last time, if I remember, did Fulham beat Spurs in their last one? The last game they played. I think they did. Was it 2-1 Fulham?
I can't remember.
Let's have a quick look. I'll be able to tell you. I think it just showed you the. Where is it now?
I know they beat us. They beat Man United, Fulham.
All right, don't show there again. Yeah, Wolves they lost. Man United win. Villa lost. Yeah, Fulham all over the shop with their scores.
They sort of turn up when you didn't expect it, Fulham, every now and then. Do you know what I mean? Obviously beating us and beating Man United. So through that, I'm going to have to.
Tottenham,
do you know what? I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Tottenham beat Fulham 2-0 last time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
It was.
It was Craven cautious this time around, but Fulham also then before that beat Tottenham in the EFL Cup.
Yeah.
So, best of 3 is. Let's see. I mean, I think Tottenham should take this one. I went 3-1.
Yeah. I think we're all in agreement. Same as Happy Emma at 3-1 there. I mean, obviously, just going back into this, usual's asking his budgie on later. Let's hope so, because I know he wasn't well the other day. So he was lying in bed recuperating. So hopefully he's okay for the show today. So if he isn't, speedy recovery there, budgie. Let's hope so. Best till last. Of course, yes. Yeah, best till last, which is obviously West Ham versus Villa. Spanked Villa 4-0. We ain't dropped points. We've got top 4 at the chase.
5-0 Villa. No, I think that game probably be like a. I'll go with the 2-1 Villa as opposed to a. Oh, there you go, 3-1 says Anthony. Who's that to? West Ham or Villa? To Villa.
Villa, yeah.
Oh, you never know. It could be West Ham.
It could be. West Ham 1, Villa 4. Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at their last kind of, 5. So we lost to you guys 6-0, then lost to Forest, 1 against Brentford, 1 against Everton, lost against Freiburg, and then obviously drew with Burnley. And Villa's form, lost to Man United, 1 against Fulham, 1 against Forest, 1 against Luton, drew at Ajax, and lost to Spurs 4-0, as Daniel's alluded. Basil Brush is saying 3-1 to the Hammers. But I'm counting on you this week, and West Ham don't let me down. But, well, I understand that, Daniel, but as Amy says here, we affect now with no rotation. Imagine a couple of days after 120 minutes tomorrow before we get knocked out. It's not good. Hence, like I said earlier on, this is why I'm in the ugly section kind of thing, because at the end of the day, it's not looking good for us at all at the moment.
You could be in there for these 10 weeks, then.
Yeah, I mean, we're at home, so we, expect us to do something at least. But yeah, head 1-4, heart 2-0.
I mean,
think-
it's possible West Ham could beat Villa because Villa
I
are so
think
hot
they
and
will.
cold.
I don't think they will. I think if even if it's a draw team, I still think that's a good, because I mean I know Villa, they lost 4-0 to Newcastle, but do you remember when they did that last time? And then the week after that, they absolutely, I can't remember who it was, but they absolutely annihilated them. I think was it Wolves or someone like that, or it was someone they scored high against. May have been Sheffield United, but in all fairness, I think, even if you drew, let's say if it was a 1-1 draw, I think that'd still be respectable against a Villa team. This season they're doing really well, Villa.
They are. But then again, they're another team that you expected a bit more out of them, and they are kind of losing games. They were up in that top 4 at one point, and they've let that slip. So yeah, it's one of those. I think for me, it's either it's easy. We couldn't even beat Burnley last week. So, I think it's going to be one of those. It's probably going to be a close game. Obviously, no McGinn for Villa, so
that against us as well.
That could be a big thing, not having him in the side. So with that, because he is a bit of their talisman, isn't he, in the middle of the park there, what he does?
Yeah.
There's a possibility that we could win that 2-1.
I mean, without him in that Villa team, is like West Ham without Paqueta, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So in one
exactly.
Way, I forgot that he was out because obviously he got the red card. Look, he's banned for 3 games, which is obviously a game against us. So, am I allowed to change my scoreline or no?
You can change it, mate.
No.
I'll go.
Doesn't matter what your scoreline is.
You cannot change.
I'll go 4-0 Villa. No, I'm joking. I think it'd be a close game. I'll tell you what, Sam. For the sake of you and the West Ham fans tonight, I'll go 1-0.
1-0. Okay.
Yeah, 1-1.
I mean, Happy Emirates, she's not exactly on a, she's not got much confidence in West Ham at the moment, as you can see, which I can't blame her for. Mavropanos will be so confused what centre back side he's on. See another own goal coming. Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, especially for the first goal, when you saw what Calvin Phillips did. Just kind of let the bloke, let him just breeze past him, both hands up in the air, let him breeze past him. It's a wonder he didn't just go the goals that way. But yeah. So that's really it for the weekend. So there's not much, literally want to watch the lower league clubs, but that's really it basically. So that's there. So
we can talk about Bristol City if you want. You remember that team that you think?
I remember them, mate. Yeah, we did our decent thing again and let them get through. And that, you got to think about the other teams, haven't you? You got to let them win every now and then.
I think West Brom beat Bristol City by 7 goals to 0.
I do.
And then Bristol sinks into the Irish Sea.
Bristol City I think they're about 4 or 5 points above relegation.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof. Damn.
Wow. Because just looking at what's the other games on.
Could be supporting a Premier League and a League One team next season.
Not Bristol Rovers, no.
Because on Saturday you've got the FA Cup games, haven't you? You've got Wolves Coventry and then Man City Newcastle. So maybe it's a repeat one of that.
Do you know what? I think if we were to give predictions on that team, I think Wolves and Coventry, I think that would be a draw, that game. I really do.
Tell you what, just need Bristol Rovers to double their points tally, get back up into the Championship and overtake Bristol City.
That ain't happening. That is not happening. What is in that chocolate milk?
I know.
You put brandy in that, haven't you?
Truth serum.
Truth serum. I mean, I like this comment. Look, I watched our last game in the Lanzarote Bahamas Bowl with my spud bro-in-law. Watched their Turkish shit on another screen. It was painful. Oof, put yourself through that. Man United getting smashed up by Liverpool. I think Salah's been rushed back too quickly. Yeah, as always.
Yeah.
Looking for the talisman. Gone for a Wolves 3-0 win.
Yeah. To be fair.
What were the other games on there, Tim? The FA Cup.
So on Saturday you've got Wolves Coventry and then Man City Newcastle.
Oh, see, now I knew it was going to be that weekend. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry if I don't know if Mama Floss is watching, but I'm going to have to go for a Man City win. I'm going to have to go. Well, I'll keep it a respectable 2-0 Man City.
That's fair enough. That's what I call it as well.
I call it a disrespectful 2-0 to Man City. Mama Floss is somewhere in the shadows sharpening her blades.
And then on Sunday, this would be an interesting one. The 12:45 kickoff is Chelsea versus Leicester.
Oh,
I think Chelsea should win that one. I think.
Oh, I don't know.
At Stamford Bridge.
It's at Stamford Bridge, yeah.
I think if it was at the King Power, I'm thinking, could be a bit of a rough afternoon. But no, I think Chelsea, they'll make a bit of a meal of it, I reckon. But no, I think they should have enough to get them through into the next round. Probably win there. Probably like a 3-1. A 3-1 there, I think.
Yeah, that's my scoreline as well, Tim. I didn't know if you knew this, guys, but Leicester, apparently FFP is knocking on their door again, and
for their Prem spending.
Yeah, I think it is.
Interesting.
It is, and that, and I reckon when they get promoted,
get relegated.
Get relegated, yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, just kind of Happy Emirates comment. Man City are getting the results, but quite goal shy by their own standards this season. It's just true, they are.
Yeah. I don't think Kevin De Bruyne's been that great since he's come back. I know in that game, FA Cup game against Luton, I mean, Haaland scored, I think it was 5, and he assisted 4 of those goals. But that's all he's done, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, well, it's like you said, like an Ivan Toney thing, isn't it? Basil Brush is going United 0, Liverpool 8, Wolves 2, City 4-0, Chelsea 2-1. Fair shouts.
I would hate to be predicting that score line, Basil.
Rent boys will get spanked. Yeah, interesting.
You can't say that out in public, Emirates. You'll get a slap on the back of the wrist.
Well, the interesting thing you're saying about the Leicester thing, I mean, it was quite ironic when Everton got the points thing, and apparently I think it was the 3 clubs that went down.
Yeah,
they were looking to actually sue Everton for a combined, I think it was like £300 or £400 million for loss of earnings and everything else going down, kind of thing. So it's quite ironic that it's come full circle and it's gone back onto
Leicester.
It's all right, Fuzzy. It's gone past 9 p.m. She says.
Watershed.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And that's true. Disabled team. Yeah, Happy Emirate will slap them back.
That's probably what we have to do literally every time, because we start at 8:30. For the first 30 minutes, we're not allowed to say anything that's even remotely inappropriate. After 9 p.m., like 30 minutes into the show, it's a free for all.
Exactly.
It's everyone for themselves.
Yeah, it's true. We'll all let rip after that. And then obviously, in the last game, obviously, is Man United versus Liverpool.
Oh well, we just already had it.
5-0 United. I think. Do you know what? If Liverpool stink up the gap, well, we'll probably stink up the gap because it's Man United.
Big up,
use the roof leak to our advantage, right? And cuss them with goal leakage and maybe do them 2-1, possibly. If Hoyland's back in the team, maybe. Can't say United will lose forever. You know, they could do something.
4-1 Liverpool. Sorry, Fuzz.
Yeah, prick. No.
Right, what's that? 1 hour 25. Fuzzy said prick. Oh, there we go. I'm actually surprised, Buzz. You're normally effing and blowing. You answered an F fruit on tonight's show.
Well,
I think-
I've dropped a couple F bombs already.
You
Surprised
have,
you
yeah.
haven't picked up on those. You're gonna have to go back and start documenting it. Give us the full rundown and the count on Sunday Takeaway Show. You
Yeah.
probably, once I'm done as well with Sunday, you'll probably be able to get an even higher count as well. If we're in single digits now, you probably get to double or triple digits by the time we get to Sunday night takeaway.
Take it, Happy Emirate. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for supporting that. Obviously, you're going to go over see Budgie and that over there, and Kieran and that. And thanks for coming on. Cheers for the stream. You're most welcome. And we'll hopefully see you next time, or see you on Sunday. Hopefully. Take care for now. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's going to be one of those. It's Klopp's last season, isn't it? And it seems like they're going out all guns for him. I mean, we know Arsenal sitting top at the moment. At the moment,
May it continue.
But I think if you look at, I think for this game on Sunday, I think they'll Liverpool win it 2-1. I think.
Yeah.
Liverpool,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be quite a tight game in that. I mean, like you said, 3. I think there's a possibility it could go that way.
It'll probably end up being a 2-1 game. It's just which way it goes, because United probably won't end up getting completely destroyed, slapped up, and everything. We'll probably keep it tight at the back, but it's just dependent on if we take our chances up top, and if the Hoyland's in the team, it's a more likelihood that we will take chances, because Hoyland, for crying out loud, is for some reason ended up being one of the most clinical strikers on the planet since the turn of the year. I mean, it's ridiculous with how fewer chances he gets and how many goals he scored off the back of them, even from not really having clear-cut chances set up for him. The ball just comes to him in the box and he's just like, yep, goal from that.
No, exactly.
Failed shots or scuffed shots he's still scoring from, courtesy of Garnacho.
He's on at 10:30. My bad. Just seeing what you're doing there, the first one, Anthony, it didn't go too well, did it? Was that it just kind of tooted along your little orange car? Was you just kind of copying Arsenal's run to the end of the season? Is that what it was?
What's that?
Your little orange car, you just kind of pulled back.
No, it's not a little orange car. This is one for Fuzzy, actually. Fuzzy. Man United, Ten Hag. You know your nickname, Man United. You're called the Red Devils, yeah. But this season, you're this. You're a red mouse, right?
That's an orange mouse. Stop selling us a dream. That's an orange mouse.
This is what I was pulling back there, and it was going on his thing like that.
Oh god, live for a second I thought that was like a mouse for like a little computer laptop setup you've got. So sometimes them little impromptu setups, instead of having normal sized mice like that, they have teeny tiny mice where it's just like you just use your 2 fingers to navigate it.
Man United.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, if you'd like to shout yourself out as usual. So who wants to go first? Who's going to be kind?
Oh, right then, fine.
Bloody hell. I tell you what, Fuzzy, you were I'm not closer. I thought that was blinking Gareth Southgate.
Excuse me, I'm not wearing a waistcoat, as you might have.
I'm joking with you, Fuzz. I know. You're gonna have a. I hope he doesn't come, because I don't want you're not serious about your channel. You're gonna shut your channel down if he's coming in, are you?
Never say never. Never
Oh.
say never.
Not a
No,
good look for us.
Not a good look for us.
Oh, for God's sake. I'll tell you who's probably going to take a screenshot of that. It's that Adama bloke. He makes all of those fake,
Yes.
those
Oh,
burner
yeah,
accounts.
yeah.
It's just going to be a profile picture of me just staring into the camera. But yeah, guys can find me on Hotbuzz44 on the YouTube channel, on my Instagram channel. Got, of course, the previews to do for the Liverpool game on Sunday. I will be featuring on Friday night, 9 p.m. on Uncle Rod's channel for that. That will be a preview show for our fixture on Sunday. I'll probably end up doing a little sort of shows to myself with like updates on a little bit of an insight into the Liverpool game, plus all other stories to cover as well. Maybe tomorrow night or something. Tomorrow night or Saturday night, either of the two 2 days, because I'm quite busy with work over the next 5 days or so. And then, of course, Sunday after work, probably come back, fire up the stream again, do my match reaction, and all the disaster that could be, the car crash of a weekend for United. And then, of course, the Sunday night takeaway show as well at 8 p.m. Most likely it should be available for that. And Anthony, in case if he keeps playing around with this little mouse, I don't know if he's any good of pulling that back and sending it underneath the sofa. He might lose it. Turn up to Sunday night takeaway show or something without having lost your little mouse. I'll have no sympathy for you.
I'm going to post this to you, Fuzzy. I'm going to post this to you. The red mouse, the red devil, the red mouse. You know, Man United this season.
I'll submit you some fake eyebrow extensions.
Ooh. Happy Emirates coming in. You heard Moyes Jr. has been hired at the club? No, I haven't actually.
What's that? Wilfred Zaha's been employed at West Ham?
That's new news if that's coming like that. That's good. It gets even better for us.
It does too. But anyway, you can find me on Football United TV, Gunners from All Corners, Thursday night at 9 o'clock. I don't even know if there's a show tomorrow. But if there is, if obviously I will do one. And also on Sunday, there'll definitely be a Premier League weekend show straight after the last game on a Sunday. So we'll do that because I'm doing it at earlier time now. And obviously, you can find me here on Early Doors TV, Early Doors Football TV, doing this show. We love this show. We love doing all the content, talking about football, having a laugh, talking about the red mouses, and that. And but yeah, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and also Hot Fuzz 44's channel. He does good show, he does good content, and that. And yeah, may long it continue. And soon
Greater good.
you might be in the uglier. Well, you might even be in the uglier section in another 10 weeks' time. But listen, it's for the greater good.
So good. So greater good.
I might just change myself, my face on the actual thumbnail and that, and just put a lump of shit. It'd be easier, kind of thing, like just a pair of eyes and a pair of glasses. That'd probably be the best way as it's going at the moment for us because it's not looking good.
That'd be good, actually. Good idea.
Well, as I said, we look at it, can never beat this one. Though, still.
Oh, that's fast. That's a show has got to happen, isn't it?
I've sent this over to Mr. B as well, actually. So I think he's gonna use it as a future shows. So he's
right. He's going to use it on the Man United agenda, isn't he, on the Friday night takeaway? Yeah, make sure you tune in. That's mine and Mr. B's
like, you look like a bowling team when you all rock up wearing the same jerseys, but you've copied each other's like facial hairstyle.
Good night, Happy Emirate. Good night. Take care.
backpack with some multicoloured bowling balls or something.
That was. I've got to go back in because I missed the a part of it. So after this, I'll go back and watch
Big
it.
ups to Disabled Team. Thank you for the subscription.
Great stuff. Great stuff. And as you know, I'm Early Doors Football TV. As you can find me on with these two great guys for the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly show. Obviously, the Sunday Night Takeaway show. And obviously, the first start today was Spotlight in the studio with. And it won't be, every Wednesday. It will be at different times, depending on the people I can get on board. So that will be, it's the start of many. The first one was Mr. B. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, do catch up on that. It was quite a laugh. And Anthony, as always, brings a bit of humour to the chat, as he says. And Mr. B's, what a great, what a great one was. Anyone seen the Champions League ball? Very nice. You'd have to look out for that, Anthony, that one. And he's also subbed to your channel as well. Helped you around that.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
So, other than that, we are basically on our way out of saying goodbye. Thanks for anyone who's in the chat. Thanks for staying with us. And we shall catch you next time. Take care for now.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's facts, taking big swings, bitch.